Thank you for staying with us on the Hello Chambers. And my guest today is an honorable member of the House of Representatives. He is the Deputy Majority Leader of the House, and his name is Honorable Halims Abdullahi. It's good to have you on the program today.
Thank you very much.
Let's start on a condolence note. The House of Representatives lost a member of the House, your colleague from Oyo State, Honorable Olaide Akinremi. What fond memories do you have of him?
Thank you very much. On a very, very sad note, we lost a member. Not just a member, a close friend of mine, a very, very participatory parliamentarian, somebody who has served with people very diligently to the best of my knowledge. And, you know, God in His infinite glory has time to call anybody. So I think it's His own time is gone, and as a friend, as a compatriot, I earnestly, from my innermost mind, is to keep praying for him. The entire House of Representatives gave him a minute silence, and even to honor him, we adjourned our sitting on the very day this news came to us.
What would you say about his contributions to legislation, especially during discussions? Yeah. How would you say the House will miss his contributions?
Definitely the House will miss his contribution, because he was a very active member of the Parliament. He did very well in terms of service to his people, in terms of, you know, participation as far as the floor of the Assembly is concerned.
Well, here at the Hello Chambers, we pray that the Lord Almighty grant repose to his soul, and also grant fortitude to the family to bear the loss. We'll move on now. The Supreme Court has recently ruled in favor of the local government autonomy, having full financial autonomy, and we've seen a lot of reactions coming from several quarters. Where do you stand on this long-standing debate about the local government autonomy?
I stand with justice. I stand with justice. I'm a lawmaker. I'm a law-abiding citizen too, and in the interest of justice, in the interest of development, that is the best that has happened to our nation.
And in what terms? Can you break it down for us to understand?
No, this will bring about development, to bring about real independency to our local government, and this will transform the local government. All we need to do is to ensure that, yes, we have good people in the local government too.
When you say it will bring about development to the local government, are you saying that maybe state governments have stopped development from trickling down to those local government, to the grassroots rather?
No, that's not what I'm saying. There has been development, but this will increase development, definitely.
Okay.
It will increase development.
So when you say it will increase development, what kind of development should we see in
infrastructural, human, agriculture, name it. Whatever that will affect the lives of people, infrastructure, you know, will come definitely to the local government. Because there's what we call free flow of funds now. All we should ensure now is effective management.
You said something about those at the local government level, you know, being effective, like you said. Would you say this is the fear expressed by, you know, state governments? That's why maybe this has not happened in a long time.
You know, there are varying factors in every state. Even as it is before the judgment, there are states that were doing very, very well in terms of you know, there are some states that were doing very well in terms of funding. But there are states that were completely not doing anything in terms of funding the local government. So this will bring, you know, law is law. We're all bound by the law, and we all obey the law. With this as a law now, it becomes crystal clear that yes, the funds goes directly to the local government purse. And what is it? Whoever is the chairman, the presiding officer of the local government will now take charge of the fund and is by law allowed to spend the money and definitely be held liable for how the money is spent. So if you know you spend money that will end up in jail, I don't think anybody, you and I, would like to end up in jail.
One major issue the country faces is the issue of security. Do you think this will in any way, help improve the state of security?
Yes, you see, the challenges we are having in this country today, I've repeatedly said, is the issue of security or the issue of insecurity. It's two ways. The local government, if it is allowed to take care of its own security by way of this funding, it will go a long way in dealing with insecurity in that local government. Because sometimes you may not need to wait for funds from your state to take care of active measures to deal with security in your local government. There are times you may need to call the police, call the governor, but once you have fund and it's properly established how to deal with your security, once you have fund, it's just to dispense, to take care. There are local vigilantes. There are people are crying for, what do they call, state police or thereof. But once there are funds within the local government, there were times it was better than now in terms of funding. Recently, it has been very difficult and so challenging. But with this law, hopefully, the local government authority will take care of security. There will be improving security, and there will be fund to deal with insecurity.
But a lot of people believe that even these local government elections are being influenced by the state government. How are we sure that even if power returns to the local government, it is not still going to be controlled by the state government?
That is another chapter. What we are talking today is about funding. Election of the local government is a different thing. Maybe let's start implementing this direct funding to the local government.
From the federal level, how would you also advise the state legislatures to also ensure that there are no excesses?
It depends on what you mean by excessive. Somebody may be trying to make sure that the law is carried out to its letter. And it depends on what humans feel about, such. Some people may not like the way it is interpreted to the letter. Some may like it. It depends on the prevailing circumstances and where exactly.
All right. Let's take a quick break now. Don't go anywhere. We still have more for you on the program. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Thank you for staying with us on the Hello Chambers, and we have been speaking with the Deputy Majority Leader of the House of Representatives, Honorable Halims Abdullahi. Thank you for staying with us on the Hello Chambers.
Thank you.
Well, let's move on to a controversial matter. The House of Representatives seems to have stirred a bit of controversy when it allegedly asked the federal government to suspend the EU-Samoa agreement. But the spokesperson of the House of Representatives had come out to say that was not in any way the position of the House of Representatives. Tell us, where does the House stand on this matter?
In my own personal view, the matter was not stepped down. It was referred to a committee, and until the committee decides, the committee comprises of several people, several professionals. They will decide on the matter and report back to the House. Simple.
So are you saying this call is still on the table?
Yes.
So why does it seem that the spokesperson seems to be dodgy about the matter?
No, it's not dodgy. That's the position of the House. It's referred to a committee. That's all.
But from the body
and that's
language
the constitutional way of doing things.
From the body language of your colleagues, what do you think this stand? Is it a situation of misconception? Because some people have said some of the reservations that were expressed are not really what is contained in that agreement.
You see, it depends on who has read the agreement or not. Some may argue without having read the agreement. To the best of my knowledge, there's no issue there until the committee finish with the assignment. And once the committee finishes with the assignment, it's returning back to the House. And we'll deliberate on it to pass or not to pass. It's the business of the entire House.
So what are those concerns? Can you let us know so that Nigerians may better understand why the House seems to, have this
You see, there are some issues, especially as it relates to religion, gay issues, some other issues. But some people have not really studied the content of that agreement. And before we meet, before the review committee do anything about it, most people must have gone through the agreement.
Have you gone through the agreement?
For me, no. Personally, I have not.
Okay, why is that? Is the document before the House of
Representatives?
No,
it's the document before the House. We still have 4 weeks' time. We have so much on our table, so much on our heads, so much on our hands. And, one day I'll just sit down before that time to acquaint myself with the content of that agreement. So that I'll be well equipped on that day will come on.
But from the little that you know, do you also agree with some arguments that say, yes, it may not have some controversial issues like you mentioned, but, it's also contains some clauses that will help Nigeria resolve challenges. Do you agree with this?
Definitely. There are issues in the agreement, SAWA agreement, that will deal with some issues that some people are not very comfortable with it. And again, it depends on this region of the country. Let me just come out straight. Religion and the region of the country. But all those things put together, the parliament is not about one person. It's not about one region. It's about the entire country. And once we meet, just as I'm saying, decision will be taken.
When you say religion and region, can you be more specific?
There are things that the Northerners may not like as it is practiced in the South. And,
vice versa.
And vice versa.
Now, just, sorry for pressing
just as
back.
we are talking about gay.
Okay. But gay is not in the agreement according to
It's not, but the misconception.
When they say it's going to address some challenges, is security one of those challenges?
Security,
the economy,
agriculture, economy, security, agriculture, so many things that will improve. It's intended to improve our standard of living, improve infrastructural development, improve agriculture, improve on internal security.
The House of Representatives had this open week for public to contribute, commemorate the 1 year of the 10th National Assembly. How has the House fared so far? How would you say the House has fared?
This House has done marvelously well for 1 year. We passed several bills, several motions, contribute to nation building in several capacities. And the 1 week was just a review of what we have done so far. And in fact, a lot of people who were participatory in the exercise, in fact, felt satisfied with the 1 year performance of our parliamentary business. And to the glory of God, with the capacity of our speaker and presiding officers, the entire members with our cooperation and understanding, we've done a lot. We've passed so many bills, both executive and individual bills, to the satisfaction of even our constituents.
All right, let's move on. Let's talk about your constituency. What are the issues in your constituency, and how have you, intervened in terms of legislation and bringing development to your region?
Yes. As a parliamentarian, my fundamental issue is legislation. Legislation, making of laws for the good governance of my people and the entire country. But we'll go beyond that in terms of assisting our constituents, feeling for our constituents. There are so many issues we've intervened, Recently, there was this crisis, communal clashes in one of my local government, Omala local government, Agojeju, Odo, Bagana, precisely.
Okay,
I have to cry to the federal government because they were blatant killing of so many people, over 40 people. I was far away in Saudi Arabia, but when I came back, I intervened. I have to visit the scene of the incident, talk to the people, calm their nerves, and from there I have to come back, give them support, call federal government, call on NEMA, and recently, about 3-4 days ago, relief material worth over 100 and something million were delivered to the community, and that has given them, a kind of relief. And we are calling on the federal government again to establish a naval base there to bring to an end these incessant killings of the Agojeju and Bagana people.